Hey guys, my name is Emma and today I have a crazy story for you. I am a female, 30, and am the eldest of 4, female 29, and male 16, and male 13. Yes, we are all from the same mom and dad. Both parents, female 51 and male 61, are immigrants from Mexico. My sister and I grew up together as we were only 1 year apart. We were typical sisters, although not super close. We were never those super close siblings that loved each other, but we did play together and enjoyed our childhood very much. When I was about 13 or 14 years old, my mom became pregnant with my little brother. My sister and I were so excited. All of our cousins were the same age as us or a little older, and so a baby was the most exciting thing for us. When he was born, I immediately took on this motherly role. My mom never asked me to, but I was so excited about my new baby brother that I helped my mom with everything. We're going out. I'll make sure the baby bag has everything in case of emergencies. Diapers, check. Baby formula, check. Extra clothes, check. You get the point. After school, I was all over my baby brother. I have so many pictures of him and I together that I would post all over my space. When I finished my homework, my free time was spent on either my space and being a teen or my little brother. When I was a senior in high school, my mom became pregnant with our second little brother, another brother. I wasn't as excited, but still excited. I graduated high school and moved about 30 minutes away to university. I didn't get to spend almost any time with my second little brother. I missed out on all his baby milestones. I was never there as I was living on campus. There's almost no pictures of me and him as a baby. When I graduated university, I was living back at home. I only lived on campus for 2 years and the rest I spent commuting. When both of my little brothers started school, I was always there. The first pre-K drop-off, I was there with my mom. Any school issues, I was there with my mom. Doctor appointments, I was there with my mom. I have always been there with my mom. Or everything regarding my little brothers. I am basically their second mom. They have sometimes accidentally called me mom. But why were you at every single appointment? My mom doesn't speak English well, so I've always been the translator. Always. I think this is pretty common for children of immigrants though. So, this continued throughout my 20 seconds. Second mom to my little brothers. Now, I forgot to mention, my second little brother, he's autistic. So my mom and I, not my mom and dad, have gone through so much with him. My dad is always at work, so my mom and I have been the ones raising my little brothers together. Yes, I practically raised them both with my mom. This is the reason why I tied my tubes when I was 25 years old. I do not want kids, ever. I moved out in 2020. Man, did I feel guilty about it. Horrible. I felt like I was abandoning my mother and little brothers. I'm a terrible daughter. How could I do this? Maybe I should have stayed like I always said. Stay until my parents are old and die. But my boyfriend and I bought a house, moved in together, and got married. I cried for weeks because I felt like the worst daughter ever, abandoning my little brothers and my parents. I live 45 minutes away from my parents, so my mom is constantly calling me. She has no friends. I'm her only friend. But I work every day. I work from home and my mom thinks I must have all the free time in the world. I don't. She calls me every single day. A call can last 45 minutes and all she was calling about is about driving to Walmart because she needs garlic. She texts me all day every day. There hasn't been a single day since moving out that she doesn't text or call me. It has affected my marriage a little. My husband and I want to watch a show. Nope, have to pause it. My mom is calling or texting. I can see how much it annoys my husband, and yes, it annoys me too. Well, let's fast forward to recent events. My 16-year-old brother let us know a year ago that he was depressed and had thoughts of hurting himself. It has been a shit show for a year. Thank God we recently found medication that has helped his anxiety, depression, and thoughts of hurting himself. But this past year has been horrible for my mental health. Anytime something horrible was happening with my little brother, my mom was calling me. You know, every day like she does. Man, it was bad. I can't even explain everything, but it was bad. Feeling helpless as well because I live so far away. But he's better now, thank goodness. But I can't stand being the eldest daughter anymore. My mom calls me daily for help with anything. My little brothers do too. My mom calls me for advice on what to do with her children like I am also their mother. I love my brothers to death, like they were my own children. But I am getting to the point of losing my mind. Hey guys, let me know in the comments what you're thinking about this story. I am there for everything. Still, they've got a doctor appointment an hour away from where I live. I'm there. School issues. I'm there. I am still there. Unfortunately, it's not just my parents. All my uncles and aunts always call me for help like I'm some kind of magically human being that can fix all their problems. This has been happening with them since I was like 10. So they've always seen me as the reliable niece who knows how to use a computer and knows English and knows how to do everything. In the past month, my aunt, mom's little sister, female 35, was involved in a domestic violence situation. She lives across the country, and yet I'm the one talking to her attorney. I'm the one typing up a 10-page letter for her attorney. I'm the one on the phone with her listening to her problems. My dad's cousin, who I had never met before, moved to our state and is always calling me for help regarding his immigration status and filing paperwork for him, and it's so weird. I don't know him. It's weird, and he's expecting me to help him file for citizenship this weekend. I don't want to, but I feel like I can't say no anymore. This is an issue I have. I have no idea how to set boundaries. I'm an absolute mess and an idiot. I'm sick of being everyone's problem solver. I'm sick of it. I know that even if I moved across the country, this would continue. I'm afraid of setting boundaries with my mom because I have little brothers that need me. What if I put my phone on silent and my little brother hurts himself? What if I put my phone on silent and my little brothers needed homework help? My mom is physically and mentally disabled. She relies on a wheeled walker to get around but isn't fully stable and has had falls in the past. She's also schizophrenic with early-stage dementia. Hence, she's exceptionally vulnerable both physically and mentally. She moved into a new flat about 2 months ago, and one of her upstairs neighbors, a male in his 40s, seems to be taking an unusual interest in her. I've met this guy, let's call him Bob for ease, a few times, and he always seems overly interested in my mom. He gazes at her intently, and when I've tried to talk to him, he largely ignores me and barely breaks eye contact with her. He stops her every time we happen to see him when we're going out, and seems caught on every word she says, even when it's nonsensical word salad, due to schizophrenia. He's taken in and delivered parcels to her when everyone else just leaves neighbors' stuff on a chair in the communal entrance. He goes out of his way to be nice to her. It's almost like he has a crush, but no rational man in his 40s is going to be attracted to an exceptionally vulnerable 70-year-old woman with complex physical and mental care needs. Hey guys, if you're enjoying the video, don't forget to drop a like. Now, I'm autistic, so I initially put it down to him possibly being on the spectrum, especially as the building was initially sheltered housing. It's now an over 40-second scheme. But I feel like even accounting for possible social difficulties, he's a bit too friendly. Yesterday, I left my mother's property around 4 p.m., then returned around 90 minutes later to drop off a prescription, and I found her all flustered and irritable. She told me that Bob had rang her doorbell, steaming drunk, asking to be let in. He claimed he forgot his fob. Because the flats are so small and closely packed, you can hear when someone rings a neighbor's bell. According to my mom, he didn't try anyone else's bell, he went straight to hers. Now, he knows my mom is very physically disabled, so it seemed strange he'd ring her bell. Her 2 other neighbors are in their 40s and physically fit, so why not ring them? I feel like most people would try to avoid bothering an elderly disabled person. His reason also made no sense to me. Apparently he'd forgotten his fob, but had his individual door key. You'd keep them together since you'll always need them as a pair to get in. I could see him forgetting both, but not one. Further, there's 3 key safes outside the flat with spare fobs for this exact scenario. 3 safes to 4 flats makes it quite likely IMO that he'd have the code to at least one of them. So he somehow forgot his fob but not his key, didn't have access to any of the 3 key safes with spare fobs, and rather than call his immediate and much younger neighbors for assistance, he went straight to the most vulnerable person in the property. Fast forward to 8 a.m. today, and my mom informed me he's left her a bunch of red carnations in the Christmas wreath she has hanging on the outside of her door, not on the floor to in the wreath. We're not sure when he did this, but she didn't hear anything last night or this morning, so that makes me think he's crept over in the middle of the night while she and everyone else has been asleep. No one has curtains on their flat doors because the glass is heavily frosted, but you can still see shadows, lights, and silhouettes. It makes me uncomfortable that he approached her door in the middle of the night to place flowers in the wreath. Like I said, he can't really see anything, but it just strikes me as odd. I feel like something's wrong here, and I'm not sure what to do about it. Can anyone advise on what might be going on, and what action, if any, I should take? I almost feel like he's grooming her. I spoke to my mom about this and explained how his behavior feels off, but she got offended because she liked the flowers and thought they were an apology for his drunkenness last night. I honestly can't tell if this is just a potentially autistic individual who isn't aware of the social etiquette of certain things, or if this is something more sinister. How do I approach this? Do I speak to him? Do I inform someone of my concerns? I don't know his name or flat number. My gut is telling me something's wrong, but I have no idea what to do. Hey guys, thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed, don't forget to like and subscribe.